Frankly speaking, I'm here now. Let's run it. What's up, man? How y'all doing tonight? Good to see everybody who's already here. Uh, man, I'm feeling good about Memphis, y'all. Last night the Grizzlies brought it on home, so it's 1-1 now. We're going back to Golden State Saturday, and it's going down, man. Y'all put on a whole show last night. 47 points, I think 8 rebounds, 8 assists, and a dub, and a couple ankles on the way there. So that's exciting. Memphis, man. What's up, y'all? Welcome to the show. Welcome to Frankly Speaking. You know what it is. It's the hottest show you can find on a Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Central. Every week, 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern time. We will be right here every Wednesday night. Y'all know the drill, man. Everybody who's on already, I need you to share. I need everybody who's on. I need you to share. Those who are on the panel, I need you to share as well. Come on, let's share. Let's turn it up tonight. Those of you who are on YouTube as well, I see you. YouTube's kind of strong tonight. What's up, YouTube? If you're on Facebook, share, tag somebody in the comment section, tell them to come on in. Let's have a good old time tonight. Got a real interesting topic for y'all. It's going to be pretty good. What's up, Nakia, Deborah, Kimberly? How y'all doing? Can y'all do me a favor and share? Need you to share. Share, put it on your timeline. Deanna, how you doing tonight?
I am doing well. I'm happy that the Grizzlies won. I could not watch because stuff like that gets me like extremely nervous and I'm cussing at the TV and stuff. So I just like to check the score randomly throughout the night and not watch right now because I'm too emotional. So I'm happy about that.
That's funny. It was very intense last night.
Yes.
I mean, very intense. Tatiana, how you doing tonight? You muted.
I said, I'm okay. I'm planning to stay okay. Just as long as everybody else be okay, I'm going to be okay.
Mo, you good?
Hey y'all, I'm fantastic. I feel good. I'm actually one of the few who don't watch the game. Oh
That's
wait,
terrible.
I'm bad. I got to see them, but I kind of get the after hype unapologetically Memphis, that social media account. Hold on, y'all. Let me mute my TV because I'm watching it outside too. But I'm doing good. I'm excited to be here. I'm glad everybody came back. I'm happy to see Deanna, Tatiana, and you, Frank. So I'm excited about tonight and the rest of the cast members whenever they decide to pull up.
Right. What's up, Sean? How you doing? Yes, Memphis. We put it out last night. All right, let's get started. Still the icebreaker, man. I wanna let's do this one. Let's do this one. It's a post. Public service announcement. If we are friends and I die before you, do not marry my spouse. I do not care how sad y'all are. I do not care that both of y'all are grieving and needed some time someone to lean on Jesus. I do not care about your happiness and how happy they make you. Ain't that much happiness in the world for you to marry my widowed spouse. If they make you happy, then be miserable. I do not give you my blessing. Do not open your mouth to say no foolish something like she would want me to be happy and will give us her blessing. Because no TF, y'all know what that stands for. I would not. Once again, I do not care about your happiness and would never say tomfoolery like that. I would personally make sure your marriage fails from wherever I end up after I die. Because why you got to marry my spouse? Out of all the widows in the world, and you choose mine. Absolutely not. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Icebreaker tonight. How would you feel, ladies, if you were married to someone
No,
and
I
after you
would.
died, they went on to marry who you was married to?
Hell, if they marry my ex-spouse, I don't
I,
care. They can have him. This new one I plan to get is gonna be a no for me. But he's community spouse.
Um, I think it would be really weird um, for a friend to marry my widowed spouse. I think it would be weird, but it's not abnormal. I've heard stories of that. I wouldn't fucking know anyway because I'll be dead. So it's really not about my blessings and stuff, but hopefully they would have enough respect for me as their friend and as, you know, his wife that they wouldn't do no shit like that. But I wouldn't fucking know. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, where I was.
This is not
I wouldn't know.
This is frankly speaking.
And I'm just letting F bombs fly everywhere. The F was for Frank. I wouldn't know, but I just think it would be weird. Would I try and come back and hunt them? No, I'm not. You know, they're going to have to deal with, if they did it in a sense of sneaky or like they always been messing around with each other, they're going to have to deal with it in their afterlife. However, I just think it would be weird. And I wouldn't do a friend like that. You know, I don't care how sad I am about you being gone.
Um,
I have to agree. I listen. It's my first time being married, and if you talk to my man, I'm killing both of y'all in my rah 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 ghost stage. But no, I want to be like that. But then again, like Deanna said, to a certain extent, when you're gone, you really have no control over what people do. You just hope that the people that you surround yourself with wouldn't even betray you like that. I think that's a level of betrayal, even if you're not here. I'm a really big loyal person. So my loyalty stands whether if we stop talking, if we're not friends anymore, or even if a certain extent of you passing away. So I would just hope that a person wouldn't do me like that. I wouldn't be like that. And of course, we wouldn't like it, but the reality of the dead situation, we have no control over that. But for anybody to even kind of do that, it's almost just like a breakup. Like if that's something that you would do after I pass away, that's almost something you'll do after we break up. It's just the opportunities are different. But I have heard of situations where people are grieving together per se and like kind of connecting and reminiscing on that person and both grieving and everybody handles grief different. I wouldn't do it, but you know, so everybody's different. So Clee came at the perfect time, so she needs to bounce right on into it and answer that question herself.
Yeah, I'm so sorry I'm late. And y'all see my baby hairs is messed up. I had to go to work today, y'all. So my baby hairs is looking a little frizzy.
I ain't
But
even gonna
hey,
say nothing.
I just got off work and stuff had shit going on. But
Oh my
yeah,
God.
The
I
baby
mean
hairs look good.
stuff going on. Stuff going on. I'm sorry. I love you. What we talking about, y'all? I'm so sorry. I hate being late.
We're talking about would you be okay if one of your friends married your spouse after you died?
I mean, how could I care? I mean, how would I know? I mean, how would I know? I mean, hey, you know, I I don't know how it would feel because I'd be dead. I
Yeah.
probably wouldn't care.
Listen, I want to hear from the comments. Turn the comments on, man. How y'all feel about this? What would you? How would you feel if you could see? Let's just say heaven. You can see your loved ones on earth. How would you feel? Let me see in the comments.
What did you say, Mo?
Hold on. Now you know I do not play by my husband. I said I will come back on some Casper shit. Okay. I mean stuff and get them. But I also said that you really have no control over it. And I feel like if you surround yourself with people who will do that, those are the same people that will mess with your man after you break up. In my opinion. You know,
Oh
so
man, come on, y'all can't say that.
I mean, well, I
I
did
mean,
hear
Okay.
this story.
hold on, wait. Well, Frank, what is your opinion on this?
What if you
They might not make it to heaven, Kimberly.
what okay, let's add some spice to it. Let's make it a living scenario. Let's say you have been diagnosed with terminal cancer.
I'm
Let's
not
not play
speaking
like
it on
that.
myself.
Let's not
Let's
play
just
like
let's just give a scenario. You've been diagnosed with some kind of terminal disease. Your spouse has expressed to you that they just don't want to be alone, that they fear living life without you, but that's the reality. After you pass, they got to learn how to do life without you. Would you, if it's a good and genuine friend, would you want them to be taken care of in a way that you would take care of them? So you put in your will, listen, it's okay. I would prefer you pursue her and then write her a letter saying I would prefer you take care of my man after I'm gone.
No, Frank. And I'm usually kind of lenient on the, friends dating exes types of thing. But in that situation, there's no way I'm getting ready to die. And I'm not speaking that on myself, but just hypothetically, that I'm finna write in my will, oh, it's okay for my friend to be with my husband. Like, y'all supposed to be focused on me and my time of need. That may sound a little selfish, but
y'all do know.
Can y'all let me die first before y'all start planning?
Y'all do know in the Bible days.
We not living, but this ain't the Bible.
Well, duh. What I'm saying is hypothetical. I'm saying like that was the norm. Like the brothers or sisters got first dibs on your widow.
I thank God we live in Americanized society. But see, back then life was a lot harder too, and women couldn't own property or land or anything of that nature. So of course, another man would have to step in and help take care of her because she couldn't, legally take care of herself. That is not the case now in 2022, especially in America, where we're able, and they didn't really have life insurance. I'm sure they didn't have life insurance back in the day. So we do have life insurance policies. Hopefully, my significant other will have one in place. I plan on having one in place for my significant other in case anything does happen to me. So financially, they'll probably be a little more taken care of. Now, emotionally, I can see where they can get lonely and want the need. But what if my ex, not my ex, but what if my widowed spouse and my friend, they don't even like each other? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just weird to me altogether. Find your own person to be with. Grieve, go to a counseling group. Don't grieve with my man. That might sound selfish, but in this case, I'm gonna be selfish.
Cedric, that did happen. That's true.
I just seen Dr. Elisa's comment.
Oh wow.
Hey girl. Hey,
It's on the
Dr.
screen.
Lisa.
Go ahead and read them all.
It says, let me say this. My ex is with a woman I considered a friend that I shared stories about me and my husband on a personal level. And the sad part is he intentionally reached out to her and she said, F me in the friendship that I thought we had. First off, let me say I'm so sorry.
As you
I'm
laugh.
different these days.
No,
Like,
no, no. I'm laughing because I'm slightly a lunatic. So I felt that on a level that I don't think I was supposed to feel that on. But I want to say I'm sorry for that. But I'm just gonna say you dodged a bullet. Because for me, I don't care on what type of level, even the level that I'm on with the people on this podcast. That's something that I just could not do. You get what I'm saying? That ain't in me. And I feel like that is a really bad situation to be in. I wish we can go in further with that. I wish we could call in and talk about it. But I just want to say I'm sorry on their
You
behalf because that's a
um
whole different level of immaturity.
let me see. You might be able to call in. Y'all, JP said he had an allergic reaction, so he's leaving the emergency room.
Oh no, not
So
on his
let's
Oh,
Will Smith
good.
that show with.
let's be praying for JP. Listen, if you
Oh
want to
Lord.
call in tonight, let me see if I can find the number first. Read some Tatiana, read that one.
Frank, true story. My aunt was handpicked to marry her friend's husband after she died of cancer. They've been married 30 plus years.
See there?
Handpicked.
See there?
Wow. I mean, I know some people who husband was dying of a terminal illness, and he told his wife, they had children to still be raised. They were teenagers at the time. He told his wife to find someone. And the person that she found came in, and they would do like these healing rituals together. They were in the same house together. They moved him out of the bedroom into a general space. And then the new husband to be moved into the home. And when the current husband died, he died with the new husband and his children and his current wife. And like his caretaker at his bedside. So, I mean, clearly it happens. I think the women tonight are saying don't let it happen around here. But I mean, like we've also all said, I mean, what we gonna do about it outside of be like, oh, I'm gonna hunt you. I mean, the only thing I said that I would do is put it in my will. Like if you get a new chick within a certain amount of time, a young chick, I do have criteria. You won't get anything. Y'all gonna have to start from the bottom. And I mean that. You're not getting
If you
my
want to call in tonight, there's the number. 901-206-4057. Call in and be a guest on Frank's.
Please call
We need
in.
to talk.
We definitely want to hear
We
it
want to hear
tonight.
from you. We want to hear from the people tonight.
We do. We really do.
Come on in. Call down 901-206-4057. All right. So I think we pretty. Travis.
What's going on, brother? Excuse my tardiness.
Oh, you're
I'm just leaving
fine.
the church house. You heard of a Negro spiritual. I'm just a spiritual nigga.
That's your one
it's
N word.
it's
Yeah.
kind of I got two, right?
You got two left.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna
It's
have
kind of
to
one
narrow
of the
that
same
down
depending
to
on who you
3 a
ask.
show. Go ahead. Go. Oh, Travis, how
What's
would you
up?
feel about if something happened to you, one of your friends marrying Oprah?
Oh, we just gonna jump out the gate, huh? Oh, absolutely not. I would hunt them for eternity. Absolutely not. She know better. Cause one, I'm gonna leave you paid. I got a couple insurance policies for her, so she gonna be straight. She ain't gonna need nobody. She gonna have enough
She ain't
money to
gonna
where she
need
can.
nobody.
No. Hear me out. She ain't gonna need nobody. I know. I left you in different tax brackets. You can go ahead and, what I'm saying, be with some of the upper echelons of the world, like her.
Well,
You know.
dang, what that say about your current friend?
Oh no, I'm $1,000 right now. I'm gonna leave her a million.
You just threw them under the bus. They're not even good enough for Oprah after you die.
Nah, we on the same tax bracket. No,
Oh my
we
God.
we $1,000. Don't get me wrong.
Hey, check this out. We gonna do one more. Ray Baby on the way. I'm trying to save the meat of the show until everybody's on. One more. Check this out, y'all. My boyfriend and I have been together for 5 years. He got married last year to a wonderful woman. And I helped him pick her ring out and open an account to help him buy it. Here's my question. His visits have dropped back to maybe once every 2 weeks. And when I complained, he said the only way he could see me more is if he pretended like he had a part-time job and had money to show for it. How much is fair to give him to have more time with him?
It's gotta be a joke.
Hold on. Before you call me stupid, this is
Too
not.
late.
This is my idea, and I do believe that he's worth it. I get an insurance annuity every month from my dad's death and won't even miss the money. What's your advice for her?
Hey,
How much is
if she want to be a sugar mama, that's on her. But Clea ain't. I don't care how much money I get. You know what I'm saying? Like, now that just sounds like some foolishness. That ain't real. Somebody made it up to go viral on the internet. Where you get that from?
It's a sugar mama and a side piece though, because he got a
I
whole
mean,
wife.
like my thing is the whole point of being a side chick, or is I'm sorry, I'm speaking as a side chick. I would never be a sugar mama, but like I wouldn't be a side chick either. But I've been there before. Let's be honest.
no,
But
Brittany? I'm not
like
sending you her name.
the it just seems like it's supposed to be beneficial, right? So if I'm like I can't get the ring or the relationship, and I have to give you my money too, like what am I getting out of this? I don't know. I
I
guess
guess
I'm
some
just
pennies.
selfish.
I don't know.
Well, I assume what she getting out of it must be good.
It ain't worth me giving my dad's money away
Well,
to keep it.
No.
clearly to her it is.
But you know what, you right, Frank. If she want to be crazy, I'm gonna let her be crazy. I don't really have any thoughts on that. I'm with Clea in that. I think it's made up for the internet. However, I ran across stupid people every day, so I'm gonna stay out of this because the math ain't math.
This is what I feel. As much as we want to think that this is fake news, this is very much so reality. Okay, side pieces are at an all-time high. Let's say that
They paying though, Mo.
they side
They can't.
pieces. Girl, side pieces, sugar mamas, all that is at an all-time high right now. Everybody got money right now. Let's be real clear, or pretending to. So side pieces are a thing, and it's more than what it used to be, in my
You need
opinion.
side pieces.
You said we need side pieces?
Yeah, you need them.
Don't make me go on mute.
Welcome to the show, Ray baby.
Welcome, y'all. Welcome, y'all.
She said, "Ain't no pen that good, man." But I just feel like
Ping,
pen.
Mo.
What I say?
Pen. Eat pen.
See, I don't call. I'm going to mute because I don't
She
call. I
she
call.
she was
I
saying
say,
ping. She was
yeah.
saying
I
yeah.
just feel like as much as we want to think this is fake news, side pieces are at an all-time high, and it is a thing. And a lot of women are more comfortable being side pieces than women because, honestly and truthfully, to a certain extent, they are getting a lot of beneficial ways to them, in their opinion, whatever satisfies them. So let's not, just dismiss the side pieces like it don't exist because I think that's more so the goal nowadays for women, more so than being wives and girlfriends. And I know that sounds
Ooh.
crazy, but that's the reality.
Hey,
Hold
go
on.
ahead.
Go ahead, Ray.
No, go ahead, Frank.
Nah, I was finna say repeat that because you said that a lot of women have the goal of being a side piece and not a wife.
From what I've seen. So of course I'm a wife, but I have to speak for everything that I see and visualize on social media to real life. And I feel like a lot of women are more comfortable in the situation of being a side piece than being the girlfriend. Because like same way with men, in my opinion. A lot of men who have had their way with women sometimes can be hesitant to want to be faithful. And not because they don't want to be faithful, because they know they've dated this woman who was married and had sex with them, or dated this woman who had a boyfriend and they had their way with them. So that's why I feel like a lot of men can be hesitant in some situations. Well, nowadays the tables have turned, and a lot of women are more so like, look, this married man trying to talk to me, or this dude who got a girlfriend who we post every single day on social media trying to talk to me. So now women are trying to be more protective of themselves and not get in serious relationships, which have caused them to be side pieces. And I don't know if that's because they just want to be side pieces or they're just more comfortable there. But I can say that it's more normalized now than it's ever been. And I feel like a lot of women that I've seen on social media with these statuses on Facebook are just more comfortable being the other woman than being the woman that they feel like in the relationship and being embarrassed.
What?
And that's not who I am, but that's just what I'm seeing.
Well,
Well, I'm a. Go ahead. Go
no,
ahead.
Go ahead.
go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
No, I'm good.
I
Go
was
ahead.
just gonna say because I'm on a different. Like I'm single, and I'm out here and I'm dating, and I have a lot of single girlfriends, and I don't think it's so much as it's a goal. It's just like kind of like the dating pool is trash. So I mean, especially if we're gonna talk about like where we live at, you know what I'm saying? Like just in the city. If you're gonna date somebody that lives here in our city or the outskirts, like they typically either gonna talk to somebody you've already talked to or they're already involved. And that's saying that, you know, that makes it okay for people to be side chicks or whatever like that. But those are the men who are applying the pressure. Like honestly and truthfully, I don't indulge in this, but my inbox full of men with relationships or wives, and they are persistent, very persistent versus the single guys.
He
So
probably
you mean
crying for help. He probably crying for help.
so you
Well,
mean to
hold
tell
on.
me
Let me
so
ask
you
this
mean to tell
though.
me it's men that post their wives,
Yes.
post their girlfriends.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody know they got a girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody know they got a wife, and they still in folks' inboxes.
Let me tell you what
Yes.
happened. So I don't want to go long. I'm gonna tell you something real quick that happened to me recently. I was out at a new bar here in Midtown, and I saw a man in there, and I knew exactly who he was because I've done his wife hair before. He cutting up. He over there all up in my personal space, my homegirl personal space. Homegirl would give him no play. He came over there to me, and I turned around. I was like, "Yeah, I know you. I know your wife. I've done her hair." And I
What
said, don't do that because I know her. She cool. You know what I'm saying? She seemed like a nice lady. You know what I'm saying? For what I knew, I was like, you out here embarrassing her. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. He kind of calmed down. He was like, oh, no, it wasn't nothing like that. I was just talking. Now, he wasn't until I said something. So, yes, that really does happen. They be straight out here embarrassing their significant other. It's a lot of them that does that.
I got another. It be
well,
preachers
Eva,
too.
I want to
what's
second
the
that. I agree with that, Clee. To
what's the better
100%.
word? Hold on. What's the better word for the other woman, for the side? Eva said stop calling them side pieces. It got to be a better word. What, you come up with one and put it in the comment section.
Barbara.
I just say that.
Side
I just say
piece.
that sharing.
Barbara.
The term is the other woman because either you gonna be the woman or the other woman. It ain't no way
You
around
Barbara
it.
or you Shirley.
Is one or the other.
It's one or the other.
It ain't the
But what-
it,
but
it
why
ain't
My
the only
thing about
one.
the side pieces, especially the ones that know. Now it's different when you're unintentionally a side piece where you didn't know that person was married or in a relationship and you find out. But if you know, you deserve the name side piece. Let's stop trying to give these people
Listen,
more than what they deserve.
every main started out as the side anyway.
Didn't they?
No.
Every main started out
How
as the
many you
side.
get? How many you
I'm
get?
serious. Listen. A man gonna train. You ain't finna meet no man who ain't got nothing going on.
That don't mean you on the side though.
Yeah,
He
that
might
don't make
be.
you a
You
side.
ain't you don't start off the main.
But you don't
But
start
why
off the
is there a
side
main
You
and
either.
a
you gotta
side?
climb your way to the top.
No, no,
Wait,
no, 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 no.
a
Let's be
side
really
piece.
clear.
A
It's
side piece
boundaries.
is
If
someone
you're not
that
in an
you're a man
exclusive
with.
relationship, it's not the side. So if you're
Listen,
not in an exclusive relationship, it's not the side. Before then, it's called dating. That's what we're doing. Do I like
man, look.
you? Do I like that person? And it's
Until
communication.
he 100% sure, like
No,
until
no,
he put all his eggs in one basket, you gonna be on the side.
no. If you don't have a main dish, honey, you can't have a side. And it's that's the problem. That's
They
why
bring
men
the
can't get
sides
nobody.
before the
Y'all putting
main dish.
sides together, trying to make a
No,
whole
they
plate.
don't. Where
Baby,
you?
you
No,
ain't
they
got no
don't.
main. You don't
Just
have
say
a
you got
So
a
side.
second side.
you
What
ain't never
restaurant you
you
go
ain't never
that bring a side set before you get your main
you,
course?
you, you ain't never went nowhere and they brought out a salad
Okay,
before. You ain't never went nowhere and they brought out the salad
No,
before they
but
bring out
but
the.
you have a main dish
that's an
coming. So
appetizer.
that's not
That's
that's
not
an
a side.
Call it what
appetizer.
you
It ain't
want.
the same
You
thing.
still ain't the main
No,
thing
we're
off
gonna
It
call
top.
it
ain't the
what we
But
same
that's
want. We're
what
thing.
gonna
it
call it
Yeah,
what
is.
it
it's a
is.
no. It's
We're
a
gonna
You
call
no.
it
ain't
what
the
it is.
man.
Not
You
what
ain't
we
the
want.
man off top.
No, you're not gonna be the main off top. My thing is, I don't never want to be the main. I want to be the only one. So
You ain't gonna be the only one off top.
my goal is never gonna be the main. I don't want to ever be the main because if
You ain't
there's a
gonna be.
two,
You ain't
I am
gonna be
not the
the
one.
only one off top. That's not how it works.
But I didn't say
That's
off top.
that's got to be a
Off
joke.
top,
This has
we're
to be a
dating.
joke.
It's
You're
a
really
joke.
not
It's
arguing this.
it's reality. It's
No,
reality.
it's a joke. That's a joke.
I mean, it's
Wait a minute.
understanding.
Somebody said that you chose violence today.
He did. He did. He did.
I
He
mean,
came
that's
late and chose violence.
Like
He
that's not realistic. Like, of course, you know that when you meet somebody, they're gonna they may be entertaining other suitors or whatever, talking to other people, but that doesn't mean that I'm a side because when I come on, I'm a side because I'm not the main. Like, just say we're dating. Just say we communicate, we talking. You know what I'm saying? Until we establish something, and then at that
Look.
point, I never want to be the main.
So
I
right,
wanna
baby, do you have a main in the side right now?
Right.
Do I have a man on the side right now? No.
Do you have one?
Yes.
Okay.
But
Do she know that you be out here talking like this?
I'm gonna put side chicks into perspective though. This is why men have side chicks. Because that man could not be honest. You can be honest with the side. He can come to her and be vulnerable. He can be everything that he want to be and not be judged. He can't be straight up and honest with his main gal sometimes because she gonna always take it the wrong way and try to punish him for being honest. So this is why men have and hold on to side chicks for so long, because we can be honest with her. We can be open with her. Hey, baby, look, I don't think we having enough
Why
sex.
should be winning then?
No,
Right,
listen,
so you can manipulate her, you can lie to her, you can use her.
He's not lying to her.
No, like I said, you can manipulate her. Then
that's not manipulation.
It is manipulation. Truth. It is manipulation because most people know that a side piece really wants to be the main. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find out what you lacking, and then I'm gonna play my position, hoping. That's why women stay on so long. Like, oh, he gonna leave her. Girl, it's been 20 years. He ain't going nowhere, and he gonna tell you exactly what he wants to tell you so that you can stay on. It's manipulation at its finest, and y'all do that either to weak women or women who really don't want a commitment. Like most said,
they don't make her. They don't make her weak.
100% from me if you ain't giving me 100%. That's what it is.
Because listen, now, like, that don't make her weak because she's comfortable with playing a role.
There was weak or. She
may be committed to that role. That's her form of commitment. She's committed to that role of being a shoulder for him because a lot of men don't get the support.
But let me tell you a little secret. Since we talking about it may be a reward for her. Typically, side chicks are in it for themselves. It's not for the nigga to have a shoulder to cry on. Nigga paying, he doing something. Just know that. It's not because we want to. It's not because we want to pat you on the shoulder. Oh, your wife ain't treating you right. I'm here. No, it's nigga pay up. What's up? What you got for me?
Even swap ain't no swindle.
So we really thinking that you really think you're manipulating her, but she manipulating the situation. So do understand.
He don't think it's manipulation.
When you try to get to a side piece, do know that you gotta pay to play. Okay,
he's fine with that. He's fine with that. The man is fine with that.
But you want the side piece to be your piece. It's fine. You falling in love with the side chick.
I'm saying, listen, side chicks. If a man tell his woman, "Hey, baby, look, I don't feel like we having enough sex," she gonna say, "What you mean we ain't having enough sex? I gotta do this. I gotta do that. I got off work. I got the kids. She finna come up with all these other excuses.
But did you ever try to figure out why?
Most cases.
Why they say that? Why come her and say, "Hey, we're not having enough sex"? Why not say, "Hey, baby, I noticed we're not having a lot of sex. What is wrong? What can I do to make something you ain't did and she ain't?"
Because when the man tell y'all take that attitude that you got.
No, that's a no. That's a no. You're not even gonna generalize us because most of us, if you say that you're not getting something, and this is the problem. See, accountability, which a lot of men lack. I mean, people, period. But since you want to do the man-woman thing, a lot of men lack. Accountability says if you come to me and say you have a need that needs to be met, then I'm gonna ask you, okay, what is it that you need? How can we meet the need? And then if you're accountable for you, then you're gonna help me help you out. And if I'm working on me and you working on you, then we can work on the problem. But generally, what happens with y'all, since y'all want to go there, y'all be trying to work on us. And we working on us, and then you want to talk about what you lacking, but who's working on you? That's
okay. Listen, that attitude that you got is the reason why he gonna confide in the side chick.
Ain't no attitude that I have. It's called y'all don't want to be accountable. See, you want.
She ain't trying to hold me accountable. She ain't trying to hold me accountable. That's why we with him.
Be a freak in the
what more do you want from me?
Then you want us to get a bag. Then you want us to submit. Then you want the kids to look good. Then you want us to look good. Then you want sloppy toppy. You want all this stuff.
That's what you're supposed to do.
You only providing generally one.
That's what they're supposed to do. So what are y'all?
That's your role. That's your role.
What's my role?
That's your
Hold
role.
on, let's be real clear. What's our role?
Somebody call him Mr. Hendricks.
Okay, wait, hold on.
I want to hear
Wait,
this.
baby.
What's our role?
Granddaddy Hendricks.
Hold on, wait. My question is this. Are you being combative tonight, or do you really agree with the role of a side piece?
I'm saying, listen. Now we can live in a bubble all we want, but the reality is, young lady up in what's your name, Slim? Young lady at the top.
What was you about to call me?
Tatiana.
Slim.
I'm gonna call you Slim. I ain't want to
know
call
it,
you
I
Slim.
already know it.
Okay. The way you approach the situation is, how can we fix this? Not every woman thinks like you. You're a rarity. Most women, when they man come to them with a problem, they instantly finna bring up, well, I'm doing all this, I'm doing all this. Okay, I tell you what, don't worry about it. I'm finna slide in somebody's inbox. Hey, look, what you got
Y'all
going
here before
on?
y'all come tell us. Y'all
Because
get confused
I'm
first.
just saying, because he don't have to go through all the BS on the side. She ain't finna give him no
why
fault.
That means you're unwilling to have the conversation before
married,
going out to cheat. You're not even giving her the opportunity to, like, you just automatically assuming that this is how she's gonna respond. The way
That's how she normally responds. That's how she
the way
normally
that you
responds.
expressed it will get the reaction that you get.
That's
But
how
if
she
you
normally
come-
responds.
No, but if you come in a better tone, how Clea expressed it, I noticed
Listen,
that we
the
haven't
side
been
chick
able
ain't
to
worried about the
everything
tone. See,
okay.
that's what I'm saying.
So
She
you
ain't
willing
worried
to
about the
risk
tone.
losing your family, losing your money, having to potentially pay child support in case that side chick get pregnant. You risk getting STDs. All of this because you couldn't change how you speak to your partner. That means you don't want to be accountable. You want to do that anyway.
No. You worried about the tone. You worried about the weather. You worried about all these other different things, but fixing the
How
problem.
you say certain things
But then
matter.
let's just be honest though. And again, it goes back to accountability. You're gonna tell her she's worried about the tone and the weather, right?
Right.
But the first thing that you said was, well, I'm not even gonna tell you because what? You are being assumptive. You're presumptuous about what's going to happen. You're already always listening. You said out of your own mouth, well, I don't even want to do it because this is how she going to come at me. So you worried about the approach. You're worried about the response yourself. And that's the only thing that I say to individuals. If you are accountable for you, where you voice your need, right? Because if you say what you need, then it's on me to go ahead and say, okay, well, I could give you that. Well, I can't give you that, but how about this? But it sounds just like Deanna said, which is you really don't even want to have a conversation because as soon as she said something about a rebuttal, it was, I'm gonna go on over here.
This is my point. I'm not saying he's not telling her for the sake of her going to be combative. He may have already had this conversation with her multiple times. So I shouldn't have to have the same. If I tell you one time that we ain't having enough sex, we should never have that issue again.
But that, like you said, we don't live in a bubble, my dear.
But
that's not reality because as women, we ask y'all for things. And it just depends on, like, we are not robots. It's not an equation when you deal with people. You could come to me to say, hey, baby, I need a little head. And today you might get, oh, okay, daddy, what you need? And another
you shouldn't have to ask for head. That's the problem.
No, that's so ridiculous. And women generally are guilty of this. No.
Well, then y'all should be able to read our minds too.
Elementary stuff. We're not even going there. As adults, you ask for what you want.
Oh, hell no. That's why the side winning, because we ain't got to ask.
No.
Baby, trust and believe the side bitch is asking what you want.
That is so elementary and childish because if I give you head 7 days a week, I'm not a mind reader. You might want it 3 times a day. That's why you ask for what you want. But generally what we do is we think that people are mind readers and Miss Cleos and all these other things. And so then when we don't get what we want, we utilize that as an excuse. But you ain't never opened up your mouth to ask for nothing. We're not even doing this here tonight.
I shouldn't have to ask for that. That should be off top.
Men who ask for what they want.
Travis, you just tuned in. Let's hear your side, your viewpoint of what
Hold
you
on,
think
y'all.
about
We got a question.
on.
We got a question for the ladies. Trey wants to know that's my little cousin, by the way, James Morgan III. He wants to know. He wants y'all definition of what tone is.
I gave an example. It's just like it's not what you say. It's always how you say it. Like, baby, what's going on? You ain't even give me none later. What's going on? Like, talk soft to her. All that we ain't been having enough sex. and I'm gonna slide in somebody else's DM if you don't give me head. Like, no, don't do that.
Right.
Why he gotta ask you? Why he gotta ask you for that? Why he
But
gotta
why?
ask you
But
for
see,
that?
but why I gotta ask you? But see, this is my thing, though. I'm not married, but I have lived with 2 men in my life. And why is it that sex is all y'all care about? Y'all ain't
Because
worried
that's
about
what.
my
Because
mental
it's
state.
simple.
I just went to work and worked 12 hours and
Yeah,
did
excuses.
17 people's head. Using my
Excuses.
and you go and because in my case, I was working 2 jobs. And you want me to come home? I gotta cook, I gotta clean, I gotta look sexy for you, and all this.
Damn right.
And then you want some head. I want some head too, so I go to sleep. I want some head to go to sleep because I'm tired. I just worked
Okay.
12 hours in the shop.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. But don't
But what I'm-
tell me.
but-
Don't
but
tell
why-
me that.
But typically, I'm gonna tell you, typically when a woman is not giving her man no sex, it's something deeper going on. Trust
See,
and believe.
and
So,
look,
so if you try to say, Ray, baby, that your woman ain't giving you none, you need to look in the mirror, do a
I
self-reflection.
ain't
and try to
saying this
figure out why
about me.
she
We
ain't
ain't gonna
giving
make
you
this
none.
about me. I'm speaking. I'm a
Self-projecting.
voice. I'm
Why
a
we
voice
gotta
for the
get
streets.
personal? Why I got to be personal?
Yeah, I'm a
I'm just
voice
saying,
for
or
those.
maybe
You
I'm
said you a
just
voice
saying,
for the streets?
I'm a voice for the streets, man.
Yeah, that's where you belong. In the streets.
My boy said,
There we go.
my boy
Take
said
him
he
to the
giving
street.
general conversation. He just
Yeah.
talking
it
for the
it
street.
didn't sound general to me. It
He's
sounded like
the
he's
voice
very
for the
invested
street.
in this.
Because I
It's
see a
very-
lot of
he
men. I
sounds
see a
very
lot of men in
invested in
pain.
this.
I see a lot of men in pain.
Talk for the men tonight that you see in pain, Ray, baby.
Listen, man.
Talk for them.
These women.
Be a
Look,
mediator. Speak. Speak,
I'm
man.
saying that I understand you got to work. We both work.
You picking up the kids 50% of the time too.
Look,
You
His son
clean up
live
too?
with him.
we
Monday
live
through
together.
Friday.
I'm gonna do all
That
that.
don't
So
mean you
don't
picking
come
them
up with
up
all
because
these
they live with you.
excuses on why you can't play your role. Don't come up with all these excuses on why you can't play your
First
role.
of all, we're not a video game, okay? So
So you don't believe you got a role? You don't believe you got a role?
I
no,
want to
I
know
don't
what's your
believe in
role. I'm
specific
curious to
gender
know
roles
what do
in
men,
2022.
what's the topic for tonight? What we supposed to be talking about? Because
Not
we
none of
going-
this.
Okay, come on, Frank. What? It's your show, man. I'm mute.
We're gonna leave him in the streets where he belongs.
I
We
was
don't
enjoying
care.
it. I was enjoying
I'm
it.
not in the streets. I'm from the streets.
Let me say something. Do you feel like the women that are side pieces are, and I'm just speaking in general, are more powerful because the men speak so down on the main chick to the side chick, and they have
Yes,
so much
Mariah.
leverage?
A man should never talk about if he's stepping out. The only thing this woman on the side need to know is that I ain't leaving home. That's it.
Okay, but we asking for. You said you speaking for the streets.
Right.
You know that a lot of men do downplay their main chick to their side chick. You get what I'm saying?
And
And you
that's simping. That's simping to me. That's simping to me.
A lot of those men don't say I'm never leaving my woman. They say I'll leave my woman for you any day you ready for me to.
Because that's probably what you want to hear. That's probably what you want to hear.
My
That's
question was, do you feel like a lot of them feel powerful because the man is speaking down on the woman and going to them to pillow talk and talk about their relationship and with the lack of?
Yeah,
That's my question to you.
Yeah, I think they may feel empowered. Sometimes you got to give them, a little empowerment in order to get what you really want out the deal. So you got to empower. That ain't nothing to him. But I don't feel that a man should do that though. I feel that's simple.
That's why they get caught.
Marcus, my boy Marcus said
40% of main chicks have been side chicks.
Deanna,
Ladies
you
on
ever
the-
been a side chick?
Y'all agree with that?
I say 90%. I say 90%.
Deanna, you ever been a
I
side chick?
I have been unknowingly, and then I found out he lied and said that he was moving to North Carolina when the nigga, when he really got married. And I found out from his wife's Facebook. I think we continued on like 2 months, but after that Valentine's Day where I had to be with him the day after, I was like, this ain't for me. This ain't the life. And it was difficult to leave because we had years of history together. So it was more so that than me actually wanting to be a side chick. I just couldn't emotionally let go. But then I realized this wasn't going to turn into nothing, no way. So
I think y'all giving
You
side
ever
chicks a
been a
bad
side chick?
name.
I mean, but the thing is,
good side chicks
Clee,
give you game.
can y'all hear me? Hello?
Yeah, we
Can y'all
hear you,
hear me?
Frank. I hear you,
Please.
Frank.
Have you ever been a side chick?
yes, I have been a side chick. Yes, I have.
Tashiana, you ever been a side chick?
No.
Not that I know of.
You froze.
What about now?
Yep, still froze. Go out and come back in. Mo, you ever been a side chick?
No, not that I know of. I have not.
Well, that would be about
I mean,
50%, ain't it?
I guess. I mean, I just
But I will say
Marcus
this
was
though.
right.
never talked to
But I will
somebody that
say
I
this.
knew that had a girlfriend or a wife.
Yeah.
Not so much. Not so much with a wife though. Maybe a girlfriend. I mean,
Girlfriend, not wife.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He had a girlfriend. Now I guess you could say unknowingly when he was married, but it was like we was like Deanna said, we was already dealing with each other. Then he went and got married. And how I found out, his wife called me in the middle of the pandemic and said he's been married for a year. I'm like, really?
Damn.
I had no clue. I really didn't.
How you slide that under the radar?
It was so crazy, Frank. Like I had been dealing with this man since I was 18 years old. I'm 35 at this point. So from 18 to 35, you do the math. It was no reason why he could have ever told me, not tell me that he was getting married or had a girlfriend or anything like this. We were friends as too. So how I ended up finding out, it was in the middle of the night. I get a DM from his Instagram. I'm thinking it's him, but it's the wife. And then I get a phone call and everything. And he called, this how he called me. Clee, will you tell my lovely wife that me and you have not been dealing with each other in years? And I just sat on the phone quiet because I'm baffled. Because one, no, I'm not going to lie for you because you lied to me. So you didn't.
Man, you supposed to held him down.
No, I wasn't supposed to hold him down because I had held you down from 19 to 34. And you should have told me you got married.
That's crazy.
Maybe, but see, this is the thing though. If
Travis, you laughing too hard tonight.
But what I'm saying is, if I was gonna be a good side chick, a good side chick, you supposed to tell me the truth. Don't leave me in the dog. So now, so you left me in the dog. So now
it probably was something that happened at the last minute.
But see, this is the thing though. I wasn't aware.
You are terrible.
But I wasn't aware that he had a wife, and she called me, and I just got quiet on the phone because literally, probably weeks before that, I had spent a whole weekend with him. You know what I'm saying? So it was like he married.
He probably got pressured into that marriage.
No, he had been married for a year. I done had my friends around him since then. We done been out, all this stuff like normal, like he has been for years and years and years. And then the wife called me and said, we've been married for a year. I had no clue.
He probably got pressured into that situation and couldn't turn it down. You know how it go. A lot of women pressure men into marrying, man.
And like the couple of weeks before that we had spent together, I literally asked him, I said, you're getting older. Are you ready? When you gonna settle down? Like you're not ready to get married? And he said, man, nah, I never get married, Clee. I never get married. The whole time he married. Like
that's messed up.
Man, that's wild. That's trash right there.
And in my situation, I don't know what me to ask him, but I said, "Are you getting married?" They had to be the Holy Spirit or whatever you want to call it. And he said he looked me dead into these two eyeballs right here, the same ones, and said no. And 2 weeks later, I found out that I don't even know what prompted me to go to this woman's page to find that out that he had gotten married. So unfortunately, even with side chick situations, even though I never would want to be one ever again in my life, they get lied to as well. So that contradicts what you were saying, Ray baby Ray, sweet baby Ray.
What
you were saying that the man can be honest with the side chick, he doesn't lie to her. No, these men are out here lying to these women.
Whoa. Man, I interject.
Did you or did you not say that?
Go ahead, Trav.
My father's not deceased. God bless the dead. At his funeral, I met his girlfriend of 37 years. My daddy, mind you, my mom and dad ain't married, but she was she was Betty. I think who was
Barbara.
She was Barbara. Yeah.
Wow.
Barbara.
But
hold on, no.
Barbara, this is
Shirley. She was Shirley.
She was Shirley.
My mom was Barbara.
Yeah, he said his mom was Barbara.
This is
okay.
I got you.
Yeah, so I met the woman, and they was like best friends. Matter of fact, she reminded me that he took me over to her house when we were younger. So, and what I'm saying is, real players ain't gotta lie. he told that woman, "Hey, I'm married. I'm not leaving my wife. This, that, and the third," and she was cool with it.
She was a
You know what I'm
lifelong
saying?
companion.
Absolutely. And honestly, she was really his soulmate. You know what I'm
That's what I'm
saying?
saying, man.
She stuck
But
around
did
for
he leave her
years.
anything in the will? Because that's where it actually counts.
He really a damn fool.
He
And, I,
probably
Uh,
and,
did.
and, and let me
life
say
for a
this. And let
Listen,
living.
me say, no,
hold
hold
on,
on. Let
hold
me
on,
say
Mo.
this.
Hold on. Before you say anything, listen, y'all. Y'all tune into the hottest show you can find anywhere on a Wednesday night. That is indeed, frankly speaking. We're at about 70 people between Facebook and YouTube. Man,
Oh
Facebook
God.
ain't turned up enough for me tonight. I need everybody. I need y'all to run this chat up. I need everybody to share. Matter of fact, we ain't gonna talk no more. Y'all just gonna have to look at us till everybody share for about at least a minute, man. So I need everybody to share. I need y'all to run these comments up. Let's do it now, man. Share, share, share. Let's run up. Money, what's up, boy? I see you. What's up, y'all? Thank you so much for running it up, y'all. I see everybody sharing. I see everybody tagging somebody. Thank you so much. That's what we need from the beginning of the show, y'all. Let's do it at the beginning. Don't make me have to stop the show because y'all ain't acting right. All right. Let's move on. Let's move on. Tonight, y'all done made me forget my what's the topic for tonight?
High value.
High
High
That
ambition.
ain't the
aiming,
topic.
aiming high.
Cost of
It was,
aiming
The
too
you know,
high.
cost,
it was
thank you,
about
Ray,
getting
baby.
high. That's
Thank
what it
you.
was about.
The cost of aiming high. That's
Got to
what we're
settle.
supposed to be talking about tonight. Because the harsh reality of life is this: you cannot have anything great without giving up something,
Mm-hmm.
whether that be a great job, a great career, a great friendship, a great relationship. Contrary to popular belief of today, that thinks that you don't have to change nothing. They should just accept you for who you are and how you already are, and just you should be able to remain the exact same, and they should
Mm-hmm.
just love you anyway. That's not the case. And most extremely rare things, great things come at a high price, and that high price is oftentimes too high for most people to pay. So that's what we're talking about tonight, the cost of aiming high. So, of course, matter of fact, I'm gonna start with the fellas now. I'm switch it up. I'm gonna switch it up. Travis,
Yes, sir.
do you think that great things, that things that are rare, things that are to be aspired to, have to come at a cost, or should it just come to you? Should it be easy? Should it just flow? Or do you think you got to work for it? It's gonna cause you to have to make some sacrifices. What you think?
I believe that's a natural order thing. Uh, you're gonna take a loss at some point in order to achieve greatness. And whether that partner or friend at that time is on the same playing field with you or not, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's your day one, they'll switch up. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be able to predict that that's coming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even with a woman or a person of the opposite sex, um, equally yoked is a real thing. You know what I'm saying? So absolutely, I believe that you have to drop the dead weight to make it to the top.
Right, baby, what you got?
From a relationship standpoint, I'll just bring it here. From a relationship standpoint, you absolutely have to give up something of yourself for the greater good of your relationship. You know, pride, ego, all of these different things are natural emotions. Like it's natural for us to have pride, it's natural for us to have ego. But if I'm in a relationship with this girl and I'm really feeling her, and there are things that are challenging for her to deal with when it comes to me, then I have to say, okay, what's more important, me being right or me doing right? You see what I'm saying? So I have to give things of myself in order to please her. Now, I ain't saying I'm finna become a totally different person. Like, I'm not saying I'm gonna be who she want me to be per se. Like if she got an idea of a man that she wants me to be, I'm gonna be true to my nature, which is to lead, protect, provide, and all these other different things. But I may have to still give up something of myself in order to appease her. And likewise. So you most definitely have to sacrifice.
Yeah. Yeah. Ladies?
Bless you, bless you.
Oh, sorry, I thought I was muted. Whew.
I'm confused on the question. Say it again. Because Ray Baby took me somewhere different. I'm like, okay, what's the question?
So we're talking about the cost of aiming high. You can take it whichever direction you want to take it. Do you believe that you should have to sacrifice to obtain great things, whatever that may be? Or do you think that things should just flow to you, whether it be a relationship, anything? Do you think that great things and rare things should come at a cost if it's for you?
No, not if it's, I mean, what kind of cost? So like selling your soul for something or something like that? That what you mean?
No, no. You
Oh,
having to make sacrifices.
oh, well, that's with anything. That's with
Yeah.
anything. Even like with me being an entrepreneur, like I've been doing hair professionally for 10 years, but shoot, 7 of them years was like a sacrifice. Like it was pulling teeth trying to build to where I am now, to finding a salon, that helped my career. You know what I'm saying? So I had to take make a lot of sacrifices financially to be able to say, hey, I'm gonna be a hairstylist full time. Like I've only been full time as a stylist now for like 2 years, maybe 2 going on 3 years. So I always had to sacrifice my business to keep a job so that I could, live or whatever. So I had to sacrifice being able to, do the things that I do for fun for a period of time. Can't go get my nails and my feet done as often as I would like to because I'm trying to build a business as a full-time entrepreneur. So I think with anything, you're gonna have to take some sacrifices and, like it's a saying where they talk about I do what others can't so I can do, it's some saying like
I know what
basically
you're
like
talking
you
about.
Yeah, yeah.
grind now so when later on in life you can do what other people can't do. I do what other people won't so I can do what other people can't or something like
Grind
that.
before you shine.
Yeah, stuff like that. So yeah, it's always gonna be a sacrifice.
I would say the greater the sacrifice, the greater the reward. But you also have to be careful about what it is that you're specifically sacrificing. Like if I'm sacrificing going out now so that I can go on a vacation later, then that's worth the sacrifice. But if I'm going to sacrifice too much quality time with my children to achieve something, then that would be something that I would kind of reconsider, because that time with my children I can't get back, and they're going to grow up, and I would hate to miss out on important parts of their life because I'm in my mind thinking I'm sacrificing to achieve this goal, but losing out on the relationship with either my children or a significant other. So I do believe that you do have to sacrifice in order to achieve the goals that you desire in life, because nothing of great comes easy like that. I would question it if it came really easy to me. However, depending on what it is, I'm going to be mindful about how much I'm willing to sacrifice for that. So I don't see the issue with making certain sacrifices to achieve the goals that you want, but make sure that you're not losing out on precious things that you can't get back as time goes on. So hopefully that answered the question, because I was a little lost myself. So
I
Y'all can take it
definitely
however you want. Go ahead, Mom.
I definitely want to echo on Deanna. I 100% agree with what you said to a certain extent. I definitely want to piggyback off that. But I also want to say everybody isn't worth the sacrifice. So it takes a lot of time and investment in somebody for me to even be willing to sacrifice, especially when it comes to my kids, like Deanna said. But I feel like she said also, it does take sacrifice to get to certain levels. But like I said, everybody isn't just worth the sacrifice. Like we have to have enough time invested for me to even be willing to even think about sacrificing anything that I have going on in my personal life for you. So I'm just echoing off what she said. I totally agree with everything she said, but everybody is not worth the sacrifice. And I just would hate to look back and be like, look. And another thing I want to say is a lot of people change who they really are, thinking that that's a sacrifice when that's really not. So if you're used to going out and having quality time and doing things for yourself, and then you completely cut that off for somebody else, because I think a lot of us tend to take what people want that's really control versus sacrificing for a relationship. So I always tell people, don't change who you really are to try to compromise for a relationship, because that's only going to hurt you in the end, in my opinion, because people should love you for who you are and
No,
not
that's
what you're
not
willing.
true.
That's my opinion. I feel like people should love you for who you are, because once you start changing and trying to mold into this person that they want you to be, later on down the line, eventually that's going to hurt the relationship, because that's not truly who you are. If you're going to change for somebody, make sure you're changing for yourself and for the better of the relationship, versus just changing because this is who you feel like they want you to be, in my opinion. So I feel like a lot of people make that mistake, and later on down the line, they will mess up their relationship because you changing for this person better than changing for the betterment of your relationship. And I think a lot of people do that thinking it's sacrifice when really they just hurting themselves.
What
So
if the changes that person wants you to make are for your own betterment though, but you just too stubborn to understand it at the time?
I mean, I'm a very stubborn person, but I met the perfect person now that helped me understand that everything that I do is for the betterment of me. In my past, as a stubborn person, I might not have viewed it like that. I might have viewed it like you're trying to change me to something that I don't want to be. So I feel like a person has to be ready for the change and ready for their partner to show them that, hey, you're being stubborn and this is for the betterment of you. So that's all about timing, in my
That's
opinion.
true.
You get what I'm saying? Because you got
Yeah.
to be ready for the change. You can't just change because somebody told you, hey, you're stubborn. Hey, you're not doing this or that. You got to be ready for that change. And I can honestly say in my marriage now, I was ready for that transition. I wasn't back then. So what I was saying is a lot of people just change because, hey, I want to make Ray Baby happy. Or I want to make Frank happy. So I'm going
That's
to
your
not.
job to make me happy.
But are you happy?
I'm
Because
happy
you
if you
cannot,
make me happy.
I can't make you happy unless I'm happy.
That's true. That's
You
true.
get what I'm saying? So that's
Yep.
just my opinion on it.
Tatiana.
Tashiana.
Tashiana.
I'm sorry.
I think simply put, yes, you have to sacrifice. Yes.
Yeah, I think one of the interesting things most said was you shouldn't have to change you for somebody else. That's interesting because you had to change you for your children. You're not the same person you was before you had kids.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
You, You can't get a dog and don't change. So I think that people bringing two worlds together requires compromise and yes, change, because you cannot fully be who you was and be who you are now with that person. It just is it's not going to gel well. Both of you, it's going to be give and take on both ends. They're going to have to do some changing. You're going to have to do some changing. Let me go to the business career front too, though, because I got a lot going on. My time is very limited. Just this week alone, uh 3 services Sunday, 7, 9:30, 11:30. Monday night on Mom When the Right One Comes at 9. Tuesday night Bible study at 7. Tonight, frankly speaking. Some Saturdays I have 2, 3 funerals. So but it's for I'm working towards something. And that something is worth the sacrifice. So I do think anything great in any area of life will require you to sacrifice of yourself. But I like what Deanna said. I like what Tashiana said. I like what Mo said. When it comes to, you have to be careful that in any case you're not sacrificing the wrong things, and make sure that doesn't come back to hunt you, which it will if you're sacrificing the wrong things. Um. Mo and Tashiana, y'all got some questions on this list. I'm gonna let y'all ask whatever y'all want to ask from that list.
Go ahead, Tashana.
Hold on, I gotta pull them up. Okay, well here, this is one that I off my dome, and I would like everybody on the panel to answer this one. You know, we're talking about aiming high and the type of partners that we have, and oftentimes I get feedback and questions about, you know, people wanting to date a specific type of person. But my question is always this: are you the person that you're looking for is looking for? So most of us do want someone who is of high value, however we want to put it. We want to aim high with our partners. We want the best of the best. But are you the best of the best?
I'm gonna go first, and I'm gonna say not yet for me. And that's one of the reasons why, even though I desire another relationship, I'm not as quick to rush into one, because there are some personal things that I feel like I have to work on, personality wise, spiritually, and financially before jumping into a new relationship. Because had I had that kind of sense before getting married previously, I don't think I would be where I am today, because I would have waited a little bit longer to get myself together before getting married. And that's not to say that you have to come as this perfect package with no flaws or no issues, but oftentimes, like you said, we do look at, oh, I want this type of person, I want them this, that, and the third, and we think we can just come as we are, thinking that we're great enough, and to somebody, we might be trash. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm a good woman. You know, I don't think I'm a piece of trash. Have I done trash things in the past? Yes. But I think I'm a quality person. But overall, I think that taking the time to self-reflect on yourself and the flaws that you may have that could be detrimental to the relationship, not, you know, small character flaws. Like, I talk too much, but I don't think that's going to be as detrimental to a relationship as me emotionally shutting down. And that was something that I struggled with a lot, was my emotionally shutting the relationship and not communicating. So I think for me, I'm not exactly where I want to be, but I think I'm on the right path, and I pride myself in that part, because I'm not who I was. So hopefully that answers your question.
I think evolution is ongoing. Like, you'll never be able to get at a certain point and stop, because anything that is not growing is dying. So whenever you get to a certain point and you feel like this is the type of person where I want to be, I'm right, that's when you still have to challenge yourself to evolve even more and to ascend even higher. So having somebody with you to evolve together, like that's a goal, but that's gonna be a struggle as well. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a struggle trying to become one. You got two different people, two different backgrounds. Like, and struggle ain't necessarily a bad thing, because what's embedded in struggle is the effort. You know, so to have somebody with you that's putting forth the effort to evolve, like that's a real thing, and it's something that a lot of people tend to shy away from. I don't want to struggle, but you're gonna struggle anyway.
Yeah.
I have a question. So, in search of your best while being your best, do some of you or do you know someone who dates to please others? And when I say that, like a lot of people might say, hey, I like you, but my parents might not like you. Or I like you, but my kids might not like you. I feel like a lot of people find themselves dating for others versus what they really desire and what they truly want. So, what is y'all intake on that?
I can
I
answer
think
that.
I do that.
I think one
I
of the
got married
hardest.
based off of that.
I think one of the hardest people to date in the world is a people pleaser.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a recovering people pleaser. You know, I think that as a result of that, my life, you know, like I'll tell anybody this, I stayed married for the amount of years that I stayed married because I thought about like, what are people going to think about Pastor King's daughter? Like, you know, who was I going to say like, well, everybody else in my family stayed married. You know, I'm gonna be the person who divorces because I was concerned about what people would think about me. What would they say about me that I came from where I came from and then I'm divorced, you know, and then my peers, like they were married, they were already in ministry. I wasn't, but then it was like, at some point it was like, hold on, like y'all don't got to go home with me. Y'all not living my life. Like all of these things that you think would be normal. Like I never, ever thought I would be in that situation. And I think really now at 36, at this point in my life, I'm like making choices like, because this is what I want to do. Like I'm going to make some choices that you may not like. And I've said it to other people because I kind of know what type of prison I felt like I had placed myself in. So yes, this is not me speaking in general. This is me speaking from experience. But the thing is, we all know that people are going to have an opinion anyways. Whether you invite them in your circle or they think they know you because they get to see you on the internet. So it's like, whatever you, like, obviously I believe in God. So it's like, God's got to be pleased with me. I have to be, you know, my relationship there. And then I have to be pleased with me. And I know we often say, I don't care what people think, but really we do, which is why we wear what we wear. Like we don't just kind of, some of us feel like wearing nothing, you know, that's me. I don't like clothes. Okay. You know, but you can't do that. You see what I'm saying? So for sure, don't be a people pleaser. I don't know where I was going with that.
No, you right.
Dated. Oh yes, I've definitely dated for other people. Don't do that. It's ghetto.
It's right here. Alyssa said, I know people right now that's in a relationship because of everybody else but the person they with. I know people who stayed married for longer than they should have and miserable for everybody else except for the person that they with.
And also too, you have a lot of people who try to please their children, which is why they stay in marriages that they don't want to be in because of what the children might say. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes, you know, parents they trying to
protect the children that's gonna grow up and lead them anyway.
Or even or like what Baby Ray said, sometimes people who have children who are single parents or divorced or separated, they will not date because of their children. You know what I'm saying? They'll forfeit their own happiness because they like, okay, I want to bring nobody around my kids right now. You know what I'm saying? And then when the kids get 19,
we look great,
and
we look great on social media.
Yeah, and I can identify with like both sides as like what Tashiana said about my father was a pastor too. And I married who I married based upon what I thought they, you know, would like, not that they were pressuring me to marry a specific person, but growing up in church, there's this certain persona of a person that we supposed to aspire to marry, and on the outside looking in, he had those parameters, but I didn't take enough time to actually know and realize, okay, we probably was never supposed to be together. We probably just supposed to be friends. But I also had that fear of leaving because of my kids was the biggest thing. Like, that was the only time I cried was about my kids not being raised in a 2-parent home. Not that they wouldn't have their father, but you envision for yourself this life and it's not turning out that way. So I was fearful of that. I was fearful of what people would have thought about me, not just church-wise, my friends, just society, as being a divorced woman, or going through divorce, or not having, your child's father in the home with you. And so I've spent so many years, like I think I wouldn't have been married as long had I came to that realization sooner than I did. It might have been only 4 years versus 8 years, because I was definitely miserable. And I'm not going to just pinpoint everything on him. I contributed to the relationship failing as well. And I wasn't happy with Deanna, so there was no way somebody else was going to be able to make me happy either. So I understand that pressure or that fear of, saying my husband sounds really good with a woman. We love doing that because that makes us feel validated as women to have a partner. And society makes us feel like if you don't have a husband, something wrong with you. Or if you fall out of a marriage or y'all break up or whatever, oh, you must be toxic. Just all types of crazy things. So I can agree with Tashiana. I can also agree with what Clee said about with. I believe it was Clea or Mo that said about the children. I don't know who said it, but I agree to what y'all said. So there's my tidbit there.
Y'all, real quick. This is why I subscribe to premarital counseling before engagement. Check that out now. Before engagement. Because once you are engaged, you have not only promised her and him that you're going to get married, you promise your families that you're going to get married.
That's right.
You promise your friends that you're going to get married. You promise the internet that you're going to get married. And so then when you go through premarital counseling after your engagement, even if you see y'all might not be right for each other, because we have a tendency to want to look good to people, we'll go through with it just to say we went through with it because everybody saw we got engaged.
Yeah.
So you saying premarital counseling or relationship therapy?
I mean, if your goal, I'm thinking from our perspective, like we supposed to be dating to marry. So if we're dating for that purpose, then to me it would be premarital counseling.
But here's the thing, Frank, about premarital counseling, and I mean, it does depends on who you go to, because some people prepare their people a little bit better, but it never really prepares you for what you got to deal with in real marriage. It gives you kind of a surface level type of thing. You have the books and stuff.
If you go to the right people, it's going.
But that's what I said. What I said. But typically, a large majority of these pre-counseling sessions, they give you surface level types of things, and then you also have to deal with people not actually being honest about where they are, because they can only help you if as far as how honest you are to the relationship.
Counseling only work if you're honest.
That's true.
Yeah.
But is it really? I mean, I guess it depends on the relationship, because like for me, in my longest relationship, we weren't married. We just lived together. It was a long-term boyfriend type thing. But we spoke about counseling, and we wasn't engaged or nothing like that. But it was like we had been together so long, and I was just trying to hold on to this relationship for dear life, because it was like, okay, I'm about to be 30. It's time for me to get married, and he been around the longest, and he keep popping back up, so he gotta be the one. You know what I'm saying? But is it really worth going to counseling with your boyfriend? Like,
yes.
I mean, to me, honestly and truthfully, I feel like if we are that disconnected, that as boyfriend and girlfriend, we need to go to counseling before we can even get engaged. To me, that's enough right there.
And you know what?
Okay, we don't need to be together, because we haven't even made it to that.
You'll be surprised how many engaged or married people don't get along.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
just because you
Absolutely.
have difficulties in your dating stage doesn't mean that you all really don't get along. It's a lot of married people who have problems and can't see eye to eye.
Yeah.
So I've heard women say, like, if we can't get along in the dating stage, ain't no way I'm gonna go to counseling because we'll never make it to marriage. That's
I
not
don't agree with
100% true. I don't agree with that, but I can see where you feel like that. So just to piggyback off what you said, I kind of feel like don't think that married people or people who are engaged ain't got the same type of issues.
But
You
the
know
other
what
thing
I mean?
is,
saying that they
is
don't
to
They're
have
worse.
but this is
Or
something
worse,
to
right.
consider. I know that, I think therapy and counseling is becoming a normalcy amongst us more than it has been in the past years, our parents' generations and certainly our grandparents' generations. But I say this about counseling and therapy. I would hope that we have, a primary care physician. I would hope that we have a dentist. And so, yes, you definitely go to those places when there's a problem. But if we're really taking care of us, we go there a lot of times for preventative maintenance. And
For
so
maintenance.
therapy and counseling is not always an indication that something's wrong. It says,
Absolutely.
hey, if we start seeing signs of these, or I'm seeing signs of this, what could it be? Because if you go to your doctor, if something's off, hey, you don't even have to get on medication for this. Look,
Yeah.
you can go ahead and change that eating habit. You can get outside and walk some. It's the same thing when it comes to, in my opinion, and from my experience, when it comes to therapy and counseling, because it's a neutral party. It's somebody who's trained. I think Deanna and Frank hit on it for sure. If you go to someone who's right, like you can't go to no offense, no patty cake preacher who is just concerned about if y'all gonna be attending his service and that
Right,
sort of
right,
thing.
right,
You need to
right,
talk about how you're gonna be dealing with finances. You need to
right.
talk about how you're gonna deal with children, discipline. How do you deal with each other? I don't
Hold
know.
on.
Everybody's not the same. When
And
it
then
comes to sex, we don't like to talk about that.
hold on.
Those types of things.
Then let me put y'all on game. Let me put y'all on game right quickly. Whether you know it or not, every day of your life you're going through a counseling session. When you talking to your untrained friends
Yeah.
with their opinions, that's counseling. That's therapy. And
I disagree. I disagree because
oftentimes
I
what
give a lot
happens
of bad
is
advice.
you getting your counseling from the wrong people.
That's true.
Is that counsel though?
Absolutely.
Or venting?
Absolutely. When you ask anybody their opinion about your relationship, what
That's
should I
true.
do? What
That's
you
true.
think?
That's true.
How you feel about this? How would you react to this situation? That's counseling. That's therapy.
That's
And
true.
you know what's crazy? I was guilty of asking people that I knew would give me the answer that I wanted to get their
Absolutely.
opinion.
Absolutely.
That's my old ways. I used to ask certain people their opinion because I knew they would agree with me. That's
Absolutely.
so, I'm not going to say toxic because I hate that word, but that was very immature of me to ask people's opinion who I knew would 9 times out of 10 agree with me. I don't do that now. Tashiana know I talk to her a lot about certain things, but honestly and truthfully, I kind of talk to my partner about my relationship because that's the best advice that I'm gonna get. If I want to know something about you, you are the prime source. Let me go. What they say, go ask the horse or whatever they say. So I try
Get
to
it from
just
the
keep
horse's
my
mouth.
yeah.
You
Hear
ask
from
the
the horse's mouth. I try to
No, it's
like,
cute.
hey, even if my tone is messed up, hey, what the hell wrong with you? So we can get to the bottom of this. Because when I venture off and start asking other people, you never know what their motives are or their mentality or their
That's
mature
true.
level. You know what I mean? And it took me a long time to learn that, y'all. I'll be 30 in 2 weeks. So it took me a long time to kind of like learn that and kind of just know that the best way to get the answer is to ask the person themselves. And so in this relationship, this is probably the first relationship that I've been in that I've solely kind of just kept my relationship within because I found myself asking people their opinion. Like, girl, I knew I was right. Thank you. Knowing damn well I'm wrong.
Now I be wanting I be wanting the truth. Like I'm a realist to a point. Like tell me. Like I'm open to criticism. It's all in how you say stuff too, man.
But you
You know what
also
I'm
have to
saying?
understand you are a very blunt person just like me. And a lot of people find me and your personality is very intimidating. So a lot of them will tell us what we want to hear because they don't want to tell us the truth. They don't want to feel like, oh, if I tell Clea the truth, she gonna feel some type of way because if me and you would have a conversation, I will be very real with you and vice versa. But a lot of people don't handle things like that when it comes to our personality. So,
Yeah.
it's
Like
very
tell me,
rare
I
that I
need
can
to
find
know.
somebody that can be 100% real with me other than my partner. So that was something I also had to take into consideration because I don't have this very laid back, passive, calm personality, and it comes off so strong that people really don't want to tell me the truth, knowing damn well I need to hear it. You get what I'm saying?
Which
See,
is why you should go to a trained
I'm
professional.
passive now.
Give them
Go ahead,
Can
Trev.
you-
I just want y'all to know all this cussing y'all done did. I'm not gonna be able to monetize my podcast tonight. So
Well,
I
thank
It's
you.
need
not
to-
true.
Hey, Neil.
Because it's plenty of
Yeah.
podcasts
Yeah.
monetizing. They be saying
Yes, it
all
is.
types of curse words.
on YouTube. I just want y'all to know.
Let
But
me
go
go
ahead.
ahead and send my cash
They
out.
monetize on YouTube and let you cuss.
Right.
I see
Facebook put a
what I
stop
see.
from streaming anyway. Know that.
What you mean?
But I do want to say that that's where we
Facebook
have
says-
to use our discernment on who we can and cannot talk to. I think in certain relationships, friendships, family members, you know who you can tell certain stuff to and who you can't tell certain stuff to. And I'm not saying like running off and telling and every little nitty gritty thing that happens, but if you genuinely seeking advice, there are people in your life that won't intentionally mislead you or tell you, well, girl, if it was me, them type of people you might have to be careful for.
Let me tell you who
because-
not to talk to. Don't talk to the person that's always bad mouthing who they with.
Yeah.
If they always bad mouthing who they with, then what you going to them for advice for? You already know what they on. If they can't respect their man, they can't honor their relationship, how they gonna feel about yours?
I don't know. I just
Exactly.
feel like
just
I'm
throwing it in for
old. Like
you.
I'm old. I'm 36 now, and I think that I'm old. I think I'm ancient. I mean, I don't really have. I mean, I talk to my friends about stuff now because it's like it's real surface level with dudes. So it's like, oh yeah, girl, I met this new guy, and he texts me. Should I text him back? You know, it's like that. But like in like a serious relationship, which I haven't been in one of those in a very long time. Like I don't really consult outside of
That's a very
my
long time,
relationship. Yeah, I've been single for like 6 years, so it's like almost 7. So I don't have
Single
necessarily
and mingling.
but it's just like I mean, and it's by choice though. So don't do that.
Of course.
But
I mean,
I don't never really go because my last relationship, most of the stuff that was going on, and if people didn't even really know until after it was over with, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So it's like I don't really go outside. Like I go to my family, and I barely go to them because they gonna cut up. You know what I'm saying? So I can't even go to them. You know what I'm saying? But I don't really go outside and consult with people about like an actual relationship. Like if I'm just talking about a dude that I talk to, I mean,
Yeah.
that's okay. But
That's why
nothing
I feel like
serious.
it's very important to find somebody that you can talk to and express yourself to, and not very dismissive or unsupportive of your feelings. Because I know me, I'm a very vocal person. Like I'm a very emotional person at times. I think most women are. But I feel like when I want to express myself, I have to express myself there. And if I feel like I can't, like in my past, then I did find myself venturing off and venting to people that was very unhealthy to do so. So I think that's all about knowing your partner and knowing who you're dealing with, because the more you can express yourself and be open and vulnerable without being judged or used against you, I think that's what's really important, because a lot of us vocal like me, you know?
It's okay to
What
go
you
get
wait
a
a minute?
therapist.
Wait a minute, Clevewood.
Help.
What you say, Trev?
It's okay to get a therapist. Most healthcare providers have that allotted in your plan to where you can go get someone to talk to, and it don't cost you nothing up front.
A lot of people don't get therapy or seek counsel because they feel like they don't have a problem. Like they feel that it's perfectly fine. Like ain't no wrong.
You mean most men?
Well, you see, I wasn't gonna go there, but since you opened that door, I'm gonna walk right on in it. No, I'm just playing.
But no, seriously, even though you feel like you don't have a problem, that's the best time to go talk to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Because professional, of course, because they'll pinpoint some stuff that you don't see.
Yeah.
Which is also good to go to relationship counseling.
Or they can just hit me up.
No.
Why do for some reason
Relationship ruined.
You giving future advice? You giving Mr. Hendricks advice?
I'm gonna be honest. I joke a lot and I play a lot, but all of my friends seek my counsel because I'm gonna always be 100 with them. I'm not gonna enable anybody. Like my homeboys, I tell them when they wrong. They tell me when I'm wrong. We hold each other accountable, and my friends appreciate that about me. Like I tell them straight up,
And
Nah,
you know
bro, you
what?
dead wrong.
I really get that vibe from you because I got homeboys who used to be a Mr. Future themselves, and
Yeah.
they give amazing advice because they can give advice from all aspects.
Cause we out here in the
Love it.
field, man. We
So
know what's going on.
I can definitely see that.
Absolutely.
Out here in the field. Jesus.
Somebody said he was dropping gems.
Yeah, I always am.
Listen, man, we at that hour and 30-minute mark, so you know what that means. It's the end of the show, y'all. Listen, it's been a barn burner tonight. We spent about 50 minutes on stuff we wanted. It was good though. It was good though. I like it, man. I like it. Thank y'all for showing up again. Everybody on the panel, man. Thank y'all. Your opinions, your experiences, your thoughts are valuable. And I thank you for your time. Thank everybody who tuned in tonight. Man, we'll be right back here Wednesday night next week at 9 p.m. Between now and then, we'll see how this series turning out with the Grizzlies and Warriors are. So be
Memphis in 6.
Memphis in 6. That's your prediction.
Yes, sir.
What's your prediction, Trav?
But Memphis.
I think they're
Oh,
gonna
y'all
go
hope we
seven.
win. If we
Memphis in
advance, it's
7.
gonna be amazing.
If we what?
If we advance, it's gonna be like amazing.
Yeah, we'll be in the conference finals.
We in the conference final. You can go on here, book it. Ray Baby told you that, man.
We going. All right, we gonna see.
I hope so.
That was crazy. Listen, thank y'all. I'll see y'all in the comments, man. Thank y'all for tuning in tonight, for real. We'll see y'all next week, man. All right. We'll holler.
Some of the best meals come with sides, by the way.
All right, y'all. Peace out, man. We'll holler.
Bye.